गोविंदानंदिनी राधा गोविंद मोहिनी गोविंद सर्वस्व सर्वकांता शिरोमणि गोविंदानंदिनी राधा गोविंद मोहिनी गोविंद सर्वस्व सर्वकांता शिरोमणि गोविंदानंदिनी राधा गोविंद मोहिनी गोविंद सर्वस्व सर्वकांता शिरोमणि सर्वकांता शिरोमणि गोविंदानंदिनी राधा गोविंद मोहिनी गोविंद सर्वस्व सर्वकांता शिरोमणि गोविंदानंदिनी राधा गोविंद मोहिनी गोविंद सर्वस्व गोविंदानंदिनी राधा गोविंद मोहिनी गोविंद सर्वस्व सर्वकांता शिरोमणि गोविंदानंदिनी राधा गोविंद मोहिनी गोविंद सर्वस्व सर्वकांता शिरोमणि ऑनलाइन
गोविंदानंदिनी राधा
गोविंदानंदिनी राधा
गोविंद मोहिनी
गोविंद मोहिनी
गोविंद सर्वस्व
गोविंद सर्वस्व
सर्वकांता शिरोमणि
सर्वकांता शिरोमणि
गोविंदानंदिनी राधा
गोविंदानंदिनी राधा
गोविंद मोहिनी
गोविंद मोहिनी
गोविंद सर्वस्व
गोविंद सर्वस्व
सर्वकांता शिरोमणि
सर्वकांता शिरोमणि
गोविंदानंदिनी राधा
गोविंदानंदिनी राधा
गोविंद मोहिनी
गोविंद मोहिनी
गोविंद सर्वस्व
गोविंद सर्वस्व
सर्वकांता शिरोमणि
सर्वकांता शिरोमणि
गोविंदानंदिनी राधा
Govindanandini Radha,
Govinda Mohini,
Govinda Mohini,
Govinda Sarvasva,
Govinda Sarvasva,
Sarvakanta Siromani,
Sarvakanta Siromani,
Govindanandini Radha,
Govindanandini Radha,
Govinda Mohini,
Govinda Mohini,
Govinda Sarvasva,
Govinda Sarvasva,
Sarvakanta Shiromani,
Sarvakanta Siromani,
Govinda Nandini Radha,
Govinda Nandini Radha,
Govinda Mohini,
Govinda Mohini,
Govinda Sarvaswa,
Govinda Sarvasva,
Vakanta Shiromani,
Sarvakanta Siromani,
Govinda Nandini Radha,
Govinda Nandini Radha,
Govinda Mohini,
Govinda Mohini,
Govinda Sarvasva,
Govinda Sarvasva,
Sarvakanta Shiromani,
Sarvakanta Siromani. Synonyms: Govinda Anandini. She who gives pleasure to Govinda. Radha, Srimati Radharani. Govinda Mohini, she who mystifies Govinda. Govinda Sarvasva, the be-all and end-all of Lord Govinda. Sarvakanta, of all the Lord's lovers. Siromani, the crown jewel. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: Radha is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda, and she is also the enchantress of Govinda. She is the be-all and end-all of Govinda, and the crest jewel of all his consorts. Translation with repetition. Radha is the one who gives pleasure to Govinda, and she is also the enchantress of Govinda. She is the be-all and end-all of Govinda, and the crest jewel of all his consorts. Thus ends the wonderful transcendental Bhaktivedanta translation. There is no purport to this verse. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we have assembled as preparation for Radhastami, which is happening tomorrow. And Radhastami is probably the most auspicious day. We keep telling this for Janmashtami, we keep telling this for Gaura Purnima, we keep telling this for Nityananda Trayodasi, we keep telling this for Radhastami. So how do we understand this? Actually, the day of the divine appearance of any personality, even if it is an Acharya or the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his eternal consort like Radharani, that day, for that moment, that is the most auspicious day. Past is anyway history, we don't know. And future is a mystery, we have no control. But present is something which is there in our hand. And if we really want to access the mercy of the Lord or his pure devotees, then their appearances and the disappearances these days are very, very auspicious. But unfortunately, if one is not aware or conscious of this, then the day comes and goes. One day comes and goes. How does it make a difference in my life? That is why the preparation for this, to prepare our consciousness, is very, very important. Especially when it comes to someone who's so exalted like Srimati Radharani, so pure and an eternal consort of the Lord. Even Sukadev Goswami hesitates to speak his name, speak her name in Srimad Bhagavatam, because the name Radha itself, the moment he will chant, he'll get into some ecstasy and will not be able to speak Bhagavatam. There is a mention of Srimati Radharani just in one verse. We will see that in Bhagavatam, and so beautiful description of Radharani. So what we will do today, because Radharani's topic is so wonderful, vast, elaborate, and being a neophyte, I myself feel unqualified to speak on this. I'll just see the time that we are spending to look at Radharani or her life and glories from our Acharya's viewpoints. So the first thing that we will see is the why. Why worship Srimati Radharani? Why we need to do this? Why we should celebrate Radhastami? And to answer this why, let us see from Prabhupada what Prabhupada has to say about Radharani. And where do we see? Prabhupada may say in so many different places, so many different things. So you may say, okay, you just quoted something which is maybe in some context based Prabhupada has said. But you see, the thing that I'm going to share now, the historical significance of that is paramount. Because this is when Prabhupada is arriving in the US, the Commonwealth Pier, and he has written this song. And this succinctly captures his mood as to what he wants to do, why is he here, and how he is going to achieve that. So I'm sure you all know this song. Now this song is very interesting, and we'll analyze this a little bit. So this song is beautiful. Actually, Prabhupada has written these two songs. One is Makine Bhagavad Dharma, which is Bado Kripa Koile Krishna, and this one, Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai. It's just so wonderful. So this song, it goes like this. Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai. Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai. E Punya Koribe Jabe Radharani Sukhi Habe. E Punya Koribe Jabe Radharani Sukhi Habe. Dhruvati Boli To Mata. So mind you, this song, when Prabhupada is composing at the Commonwealth Pier, this particular stanza gets repeated. This is a refrain. So that means every stanza after that, this comes. Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai, E Punya Koribe Jave Radharani Sukhi Have, Dhruva Ati Boli To Mata. So let's understand what is the meaning of this particular refrain. What is the translation of this? The translation of this goes like this. Oh brothers. So bhai can be plural, can be singular. Oh brothers or oh brother. The Supreme Lord Krishna will bestow virtue upon you But he will do this only when Srimati Radharani first becomes pleased with you. This I surely declare to you. The word used here is Dhruva ati boli tomata. Dhruva is sure as death, like that. It's very, very certain. This I surely declare to you. Dhruva ati boli tomata. This I am declaring. This is Prabhupada is saying. I surely declare to you. Dhruva ati boli tomata. This is a fact, certainty. What is the certainty? What is the fact? So if you see little more closely to this particular translation, somebody who's not on mute, can you please go on mute? So here Prabhupada is saying, see the highlighted portion, only when Srimati Radharani first becomes pleased with you. This I surely declare to you. So, okay, only when Srimati Radharani first becomes pleased, what will happen? The Supreme Lord Krishna will bestow virtue upon you. Not ordinary thing. Everybody is trying to get the benediction of the Lord. Everybody is trying how we can get the supreme virtue. But this is only possible when Srimati Radharani first becomes pleased with us. And this I surely declare to you. This particular translation, if I break it down, there are three important points from this. First one, the all-attractive ultimate reality, the supreme object of devotion is Krishna. Because this point we may miss out. And why Prabhupada is talking about...
अनुभव मत से ले दो इतना काम दिलाते हो ठीक है
How do we mute up? Okay. Not you can unmute yourself unless I unmute. Okay, so this is where Prabhupada is saying so from this refrain we can see that three important points. First is the all-attractive ultimate reality, the supreme object of devotion is Krishna. How? Because you see the line Prabhupada is repeating, Krishna tava punya have bhai. Krishna tava punya have bhai. Krishna, the Supreme Lord Krishna will bestow. Cannot be done by anybody else. The first thing is to know who is our object of worship. Who is that supreme absolute truth? The all-attractive ultimate reality, the supreme object of devotion is Krishna. And this is not just Prabhupada's opinion, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself declares. Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesha Tanaya Tadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kachid Upasana Brajavadhu Vargenaya Kalpita. So first thing that he says is Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesha Tanaya. Very definite, very, very clear. Not any Bhagavan, not any God. Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesha Tanaya. Brajesha Tanaya is Krishna. And that Bhagavan, because the word Bhagavan is used for many personalities. The all-attractive ultimate reality, the supreme object of devotion is Krishna. The first thing that we need to understand, and this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy coming in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. We need to know that the first, that our object of devotion is Supreme Lord Krishna. Why? Because he can give the, as infinite Lord cannot be known by us finite souls, we need his mercy to reach him. So that is why he's telling Krishna tava punya have bhai. The Lord is infinite and we are very finite, and finite souls like us, if we have to understand the Lord, it is not possible unless we get his mercy. So the prayer, that is why Prabhupada keeps repeating, the Supreme Lord Krishna will bestow virtue upon you. But the question is, how do we access that mercy? And that mercy, his mercy is accessed by pleasing his greatest devotee, Srimati Radharani, who is the devotional energy personified and is the most generous bestower of devotion. There are two adjectives, who's the devotional energy personified. Very easy to misunderstand who Radharani is because we have all material concepts in our mind. We don't really know who Radharani is. If time permits, I'll go. I have divided this into 4 sections. This is why Radharani. Who is Radharani will come only if I reach there, but I don't know. But Radharani is not some ordinary girl or a mundane love affair that we see in this material world. This is very, very special position of Radharani. She is the pleasure potency, who's the devotional energy personified and is the most generous bestower of devotion. This is another great quality of Radharani. She is the most generous bestower of devotion. Very lovingly, very affectionately, she gives devotion to people. Devotion is not some ordinary thing. It's not a sentiment. It's a privilege. And this privilege is given by Radharani. She's a most generous bestower of devotion. Now, having understood these 3 things, that the first is the object of our devotion, the object of the goal of our life, Dhyaya, the destination is the Supreme Absolute Truth, Krishna. And the second thing is, finite souls like us, we cannot understand the infinite Lord by our own efforts. We need His mercy. And the third thing is, His mercy is accessed by pleasing His great devotee Srimati Radharani. Next, let's move on to see what else Prabhupada says. It's a very practical thing which Prabhupada says in his life when he talks to his devotees, his disciples, about this particular incident in his life. It's about his own father. And very early on, Prabhupada was given this life of devotion from his father. And when Prabhupada recalls about his father, very lovingly, he says that my father was a great devotee because he was a pure Vaishnava. See, like parents, we have so many desires for our children, but let's see what Prabhupada's father had a desire for him. So Prabhupada is telling that, and he wanted me to become like this. He was praying Radharani. He was praying to Radharani, and any saintly person would come, he would simply say, give blessings to my son that he may become a Radharani servant. That was my father's prayer. He never prayed that my son may become a very rich man. He never prayed like that. Actually, his ardent desire that his son may become a Vaishnava. And my Guru Maharaj's training has put me in this position. The foundation was laid by his own father, where he was telling that let him become a servant of Radharani. Let Radharani bestow her blessings on my son. And any saintly persons whom he used to invite to his house, give blessings to my son that he may become a Radharani servant. This is how Prabhupada recalls, and how Radharani's mercy was so important in Prabhupada's life. That is why very lovingly Prabhupada, when he writes the dedication of Krishna book, he dedicates it to his father, Gaur Mohan De. To my father, Gaur Mohan De, pure devotee of Krishna, who raised me as a Krishna conscious child from the beginning of my life. In my boyhood ages, he instructed me how to play the mridanga. He gave me Radha Krishna Vigraha to worship, and he gave me Jagannath Ratha to duly observe the festival as my childhood play. He was kind to me, and I imbibed from him the ideas later on solidified by my spiritual master, the Eternal Father. So for any sadhaka, for any devotee, especially who's coming in Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, Radharani's mercy is very, very important. Krishna tava punya have bhai, e punya karive jade, Radharani kusi have, sukhi have. So that is the mood, that is what we need to first understand, why we need to worship Radharani, or how Radharani's mercy is so important in our life. Now, to illustrate this further from Prabhupada's words, there is a verse which comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, and it says, Jivan chavo bhagavatangri renum najatu martyo abhilabheta yastu Shri Vishnu padya manujas tulasyaha Swasan chavo yastuna vedagandham. The translation is, the person who has not at any time received the dust of the feet of the Lord's pure devotee upon his head is certainly a dead body. Somebody who has not received the dust of the feet of the Lord's pure devotee upon his head is a dead body. And the person who has never experienced the aroma of the tulasi leaves from the lotus feet of the Lord is also a dead body, although breathing. In this verse, in the purport, Prabhupada explains who Radharani is and how a pure devotee's mercy is so important to understand that Supreme Lord. Actually, the Lord's position, to understand him, if you see when Arjuna, after he heard the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, he says, Param Brahma, Param Dhamam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. That Lord is Param Brahma, is Supreme Brahman. Param Dhama, Pavitram, is supremely pure. How do we understand the Supreme Lord when we ourselves are so impure? How do we access him? It's not possible. Unless a pure devotee of the Lord, whose heart is filled with pure devotion and nothing else, gives this mercy. This is the path, this is the way, this is how you can access. Can we access this? Otherwise, Krishna would have never told in Bhagavad Gita, Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye. Yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye. Out of thousands and millions of people, one wants to know, comes to this perfection. What is the perfection? That Krishna is the supreme destination. I should worship Krishna. I should be engaged in his devotion. This perfection, siddhi, doesn't come to many. Why it doesn't come? What is the problem? Because people are generally busy in their own material life. Diva chaya artham rajan nidraya vivayanava. That verse. Bhagavatam says how the time of most of the people in this material world, it goes. It's very beautifully, Sukadeva Goswami talks about this. He says that Nidraya hriyate naktam vyavayena cha vavayaha divacharte haya rajan kutumba bharahenava. So divacha arte haya rajan kutumba bharanenava. Most of the people in the daytime, they are busy how to earn money. How do I earn money? How do I increase whatever money I have? How can I double, triple it? Or kutumba bharanen, or how do I maintain my family? And nidraya, and in the night what they do? Sleep as if there is no end to life. Nidraya hriyate naktam, or engage in sex life. Nidraya hriyate naktam. So that is why it is not easy to understand. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Out of thousands and millions of people, one may endeavor, one may desire to know who Krishna is. And out of those millions of those people who are desiring, one may, kaschin mam vetti tattvataha, knows me in truth. Very rare, very difficult. So that is why this purport, a very small excerpt I have put here. Prabhupada is writing, Lord Shri Krishna is the property of his pure unconditional devotees. He is the property of his pure unconditional devotees. And as such, only the devotees can deliver Krishna to another devotee. Krishna is never obtainable directly. In Vrindavan, all the pure devotees pray for the mercy of Srimati Radharani, the pleasure potency of Lord Krishna. Srimati Radharani is a tender-hearted feminine counterpart of the Supreme Whole, resembling the perfectional stage of the worldly feminine nature. Therefore, the mercy of Radharani is available very readily to the sincere devotees. And once she recommends such a devotee to Lord Krishna, the Lord at once accepts the devotee's admittance into his association. At once accepts the devotee's admittance into his association. If Radharani just recommends, he is a pure devotee, he's a devotee, he's just trying to be a devotee, Krishna cannot say no. Because Radharani is, her recommendation cannot be denied by the Lord. She is the She is the personification, she is the epitome of pure devotion. So that is why Prabhupada is telling that the pure devotee's mercy is so important. Now I wanted to go to who is Srimati Radharani, but then I got so inspired by this lecture of Srila Prabhupada that he has given on the occasion of Radhastami at London on 5th September 1973. This lecture you can see in Vedaves, you can hear it. It's a 45 minutes duration lecture. Out of this 45 minutes of lecture that Prabhupada has given, he speaks about Radharani only for 5 minutes. Only for 5 minutes. But in this 5 minutes that Prabhupada speaks about Radharani, whatever, the way Prabhupada explains, hours and hours of lecture also cannot be, cannot match the way Prabhupada has told what he has given in this 5 minutes of his talk about Radharani. Amazing lecture, actually. So let us just see. I just put some important points and I've highlighted something. Just exactly the 5 minutes lecture. And we're not hearing Prabhupada, but we're just reading the transcript of that. And how the position of Radharani and what is Radhastami is so important, and how Prabhupada explains this in just 5 minutes. So Prabhupada is telling, so I'm very pleased that you are keeping this center nicely in our own standard by performing Yajna, by Sankirtan. And today is Radhastami. You perform. Our Yajna is Sankirtan. And Srimati Radharani is the pleasure potency of Krishna. And this is a verse which is quoted by Prabhupada. It's there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is one of the verses which I wanted to speak on, who Srimati Radharani is. This is spoken by Swarup Damodar. And this verse says, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Alhadini Satyar Asmad Ekat Mano Api Bhuvi Pura Deha Bhedam Gatauto Sri Chaitanyakhyam Prakatam Adhuna Dadvayam Chaikyam Aptam. When Krishna is actually one, Ekam Advityam, but Eko Bahushyat, he can expand himself. So when he wants to enjoy, so the pleasure potency is manifested from his personal body. That pleasure potency is Radharani. Radharani and Krishna are non-different. When Krishna wants to have pleasure, he expands himself. So Krishna and Radha, in one way, they are same, they are different. He just expands himself, and that pleasure potency of Krishna is known as Radharani. Radharani is not ordinary living entity. Radharani is Krishna's personal pleasure potency, Alhadini Sakti. To understand this with our material intelligence and mind is very difficult. First of all, the Lord is expanding. You think, how do I expand? This is Lord, inconceivable. This is Lord's potency. It is created to give pleasure to the Lord. The pleasure-seeking thing which is there inside us comes from the Lord. And Lord's energy is also, the pleasure potency of the Lord is also known as Alhadini Sakti, and she is the epitome of this Alhadini Sakti, or the internal potency, Radharani. Actually, this verse, Prabhupada, beautiful in the purport, he says, we'll see that later, that how first Lord expands himself to Radharani, and then when he becomes Radharani, and then Radharani, how intensely she's absorbed in devotion to Krishna, that Krishna thinks, my God, how she is having so much of devotion to me. And then they become one, and they become Gauranga. He comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just to experience that mood. It's all inconceivable. So that is why Shyamanga, or the Lord who's having the complexion of dark cloud, becomes Gauranga, molten gold. So Gaurangi, Radharani's name is Gaurangi, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya. Tapta Kanchana, Gaurangi, one of the characteristics of Radharani. How Gaurangi, Gaura means white complexion. How white? Molten gold. Tapta Kanchana. Kanchana is gold. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi. Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. Access to Vrindavan is not there with anybody else. It's with Radharani. Only by Radharani's mercy one can access Vrindavan. Radhe Vrindavaneshwari. Vrishabhanu Sute Devi. The father's name is Vrishabhanu. Pranamami Haripriya. Very dear to the Lord. Haripriya. And the name of Radharani. So Radharani is not ordinary living entity. Radharani is Krishna's personal pleasure potency. See, in 5 minutes, Prabhupada is packing so many things. It's just about who Radharani is. In 2-3 lines, the most important verse which can explain that, he has quoted this. Then next, Prabhupada goes. So just today is the appearance day of Allahadini Sakti. So if you want to please Krishna, because our business is to please Krishna, Haridoshanam, where is it mentioned? The last class that we were having for Janmashtami preparation. Ata Pumbhir Dvija Shreshta Varnashrama Vibhagasa Swanushthitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Samsiddhir, the highest perfection of any Varnashrama Dharma, wherever we are situated, the highest perfection of our life is Haritoshanam. Atah Pumbhir Dvija Shreshta Varnashrama Vibhagasa Swanushthitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. Not only this is the aim. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also said, Vedescha Sarveir Ahameva Vidyaha. The whole Vedic literature is meant for searching out Krishna and to satisfy. So Krishna personally comes to give you the information. So, and what is the information? Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Praja. Prabhupada is saying, you rascal, give up all these engagements. Simply surrender unto me. Applicable for all of us. Or Krishna himself is telling, Vedescha Sarveir Ahameva Vedyam. I am to be known of all the Vedas. I am the goal. I am the destination. And our Bhagavatam is saying, Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. The goal of life is to please Krishna. But yet we are busy with so many activities, so many things, engagements that we have created for ourselves. We don't have time for Krishna. We are always busy. That's why Prabhupada is saying, quoting Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's instruction, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Don't do anything else, oh fool or rascal. Don't waste your time. Surrender to me. Give up all these engagements. Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. So who's Allahadini Sakti? What is the goal of life? How it is, pleasing Krishna? And how Krishna says, give up all these nonsense material engagements that you have created for yourselves. Engage in my devotional service. Just surrender unto me. Next, what Prabhupada says. And what about other demigods? You may say, okay, maybe I don't need to. I can serve some other demigods. I can maybe get the same benefit or results by serving some other demigods. We had Ganesh Chaturthi recently. If we don't understand really what is the position of Ganesha, and we worship him, because many people are worshipping. In my state, all the people are worshipping without understanding his position. What will be the result? Prabhupada is saying, Kamestaistar Hritagyanah. The demigod is worshipped by persons who have lost all intelligence. Hritagyanah. Hritagyanah means Nashta Buddhayaha. One who has lost all his intelligence. There is no need. Simply Mamekam. There is no need to go to anybody else. There is nothing. This is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. This is the Sastric instruction. Vishnur aradhyate pantha nanyat tat tosha karanam. Nate vidhu swarthagatim hi Vishnu. So Prabhupada is quoting one after Om Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti. This is Rig Veda mantra. And this is actual aim of life is to satisfy Lord Vishnu, and Krishna is the origin of Vishnu Tattva. And he is pleased through Radharani. This is the important point. He is pleased through Radharani. Therefore, we don't worship Krishna alone. No. Radha Krishna. First Radharani. So that day is today. First you have to worship Radharani. If you go through Radharani, therefore in Vrindavan, you'll see all devotees, they will address one another. Jai Radhe. Jai Radhe. Still, and now also. Because they know that if Radharani is pleased, if I can please Radharani, then Krishna will be pleased. If somehow Radharani's attention is captured by us and Radharani recommends, because Krishna is Radharani's property, if she recommends, this is nice person, wants to learn, wants to do something, please accept him, Krishna. Krishna will accept. Let's see what Prabhupada says. Actually, this lecture, how Radharani is presented, the original pleasure potency, always absorbed in thought of Krishna. So anyone who comes before Radharani to serve Krishna, oh, she becomes so pleased. This is another great quality of a pure devotee. She doesn't become envious of somebody else. Oh, how he can do this? How I have been denied? No, she feels so happy. Oh, somebody else has come to serve Krishna. She becomes pleased. Oh, here is a devotee of Krishna. Immediately recommends Krishna. Oh, here is a devotee. He is better than me. This is Radharani. Actually, the pure devotees, or the devotees who are properly fixed in their devotional life, they see one good quality and they magnify it. Whereas somebody who's not properly fixed, they see one bad quality and magnify that. So here Radharani is an example of a pure devotee. Just sees one thing. Oh, here is a devotee who has come to serve Krishna. He's better than me. I may not be. I may be a non-devotee. I may be most fallen rascal. But if I try to reach Krishna through Radharani, then my business is successful. Therefore, we should worship Radharani first. That is our business. Instead of offering directly one flower to Krishna, you just put it in the hands of Radharani. My mother Radharani, Jagan Mata, if you kindly take this flower and offer it to Krishna, oh, Radharani says, oh, you have brought a flower. And Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. But don't offer Krishna directly, just offer through Radharani. It will be very much appreciated by Radharani. So this is our philosophy, to please Krishna through Radharani. And just today is the auspicious day of Radharani appearance. So we should offer Puspanjali and pray to Radharani that Radharani, kindly be merciful and tell about me to your Krishna. See, to your Krishna. So these words, actually, if you hear the lecture when Prabhupada talks about this, his voice is almost choked. He's feeling, he sees, he knows, he's telling Radharani. I mean, what is our position? But look at the pride that we have. We have been chanting 16 rounds for this many years. I've been initiated. And then I am so and so much of puffed up things. And with that puffed up, blown up head, we come and don't even pay proper respect to the Lord or don't understand what is their position and then just go back. We think we are doing a big favor. If one service extra comes, how can you give it to me? But here is the mood of Radharani, where she is telling how to engage in Krishna's service. If time permits, we will go and see from Bhagavatam how wonderfully this is described by Prabhupada. She's looking for an opportunity. How can I be engaged in devotional service, and always thinks that maybe I don't deserve Krishna's attention. Maybe I don't have that qualification. I have got this privilege to be engaged in some devotional service, but I don't know really I'm capable or not. That is the mood. Not like, okay, this is my service, I'll not do this. And if one service comes, then we have all kinds of excuses. Not what it is. Then Prabhupada goes on to say, to your Krishna, Krishna is yours. Krishna, Radha Krishna. Krishna is not independent. Krishna is Radharani's property. So we have to approach Krishna through Radharani. That is, today is the auspicious day. Worship Radharani very nicely and be happy. Worship Radharani very nicely and be happy. This is why we should worship Radharani. I have 3 more parts to it, but I would just see if I can say who is Srimati Radharani. If it is not getting finished, we will again discuss in the evening and understand the position of Radharani. But let's just see for a moment. I have to stop and start because there is an audio in this. Okay, now just hear this. This is something you would have heard earlier, but I want to just highlight something which is very nicely described in this particular video. So we will see this. Okay. That's the problem. I'll show one video. Just hold on for a second. System resources.
सुनो सुनो सावरे की बंसी है बाजी,
Can you play? Do I have the link? Send the link. Playing? Yeah, sound is good.
सुनो सुनो सावरे की बंसी है बाजी, सुनो सुनो सावरे की बंसी है बाजी, नैनों से धार धार कजरा बहे जी, जियरा तरसे
Suddenly the speed has
बाजी, सुनो सुनो सावरे की बंसी है बाजी, नैनों से धार धार कजरा बहे जी, जियरा तरसे नैना तरसे, जियरा तरसे नैना तरसे, प्यासी प्यासी अखियाँ काहे से बरसे, सुनो सुनो सावरे की बंसी है बाजी, नैनों से धार धार।
Can you, is it audible?
Yes,
Can unmute?
yes,
Okay.
Prabhu.
Okay, okay, continue.
कजरा बहे जी, जियरा तरसे नैना तरसे, जियरा तरसे नैना तरसे, प्यासी प्यासी अखियाँ काहे से बरसे, सुनो सुनो सावरे की बंसी है बाजी।
मेरे लिए समस्त वृंदावन वासियों का अगाढ़ प्रेम भक्ति की पराकाष्ठा है, और विशेष रूप से गोपियों का अनन्य प्रेम तो अपनी गहराई, ऊंचाई, पवित्रता और दिव्यता के कारण भक्ति की परिपूर्णता है। और तुम राधे, तुम उस अनन्य प्रेम की शिरोमणि हो। सच तो ये है कि मैं ना तुम्हारे प्रेम की बराबरी कर सकता हूँ, ना उसका ऋण उतार सकता हूँ। क्षमा करना राधे, मुझे मथुरा जाना ही होगा। संसार को मेरी आवश्यकता है, इतिहास मेरी प्रतीक्षा कर रहा है।
मधुबन गूंजे तराना, श्याम रंग रूप लुभाना।
So if you see this, the song, it's a, of course, it's from a movie, but Krishna says few words there, talks about the position of Brajavasis, position of Vrindavan, and amongst the Brajavasis, the position of Gopis, and among the Gopis, the position of Srimati Radharani. That, I can't repay you. This is the scene where Krishna is leaving Vrindavan. And this is so beautifully described even in Bhagavatam. So what we will do is in the evening, I don't want to say, because the continuity got little stopped and broken. We will see what is the position of Srimati Radharani from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam through the eyes of a pure devotee of Lord Uddhav. When Uddhav is sent by Krishna to Vrindavan to console this Brajavasis, what he experiences, what he sees. And then from that, we will understand what is Radharani's position. I'll stop here and see if you have any questions or comments. No questions, we'll stop here and see you again in the evening. Continuation of this, and let us pray to Radharani on her appearance day tomorrow. It's a fasting till noon. That any single opportunity that comes in our life to be engaged in devotional service, let's not, take it lightly. Let's not undermine it. The importance of this, maybe we don't know, because it may just appear like another activity. These are all very, very transcendental. And this is why Radharani is the topmost devotee. When we think of who is the best, who can attract Krishna, that is what the first verse we saw in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Govinda Nandini, Govinda Mohini, who's for Govinda Sarvasva. So we have to meditate on that, how Radharani, and it is not to take her position, but to understand the real mood is how to become servant of Radharani. And that is what we will see in the evening. If you are able to join, do join. If you are not able to, you can certainly enjoy the company of external energy of the Lord, who's always there. Chaye Vayesa. It's like a shadow of the Lord who's always there. The moment we turn our face away from the Lord, then Maya Devi is there. But when we turn towards Krishna, then we can be in the association of the internal energy. So, and then we will welcome Radhastami tomorrow. Srimati Radharani ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Radhastami Maha Mahotsav ki.
Jai. Hare Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.